Terrell would come over there, and me and A-Train not even talking. We're not even saying nothing to each other. We gotta record this video though. And
man, they had me in the most craziest of. That's why when I say I did Terrance and them fathers, when I did Terrance Father's Day post, and I was like, don't nobody but me know truly what you sacrifice for them too. This nigga Terrance will literally, he is the reason y'all get a pod every week. I will say that. And you're gonna make me cry. Damn.
Why? Damn. Why he cry? Because he know y'all mean the world to me.
I am proud of that nigga. I said, if crew turned out like this nigga, I would be so proud of him.
That's
like
real.
when I was looking at that pic, I was like, bet if he get to be you, then I do a good job, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the MalloryBros podcast. We are remote this week. Terrance, of course, is out of town. If you can see this motherfucker look like he in somewhere. He looked like he went to Wisconsin, like we talked about last week.
Y'all know, man, 206, what's up? Still out here, man. You can see it. It's definitely a 206 day out here. It is not.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He's out there in the forest.
And y'all know my vibes are up, man. If you saw the IG, changed, man. Turn me up. We got company? Oh, no.
All right.
Sorry. But change, man. Turn me up on a cloud. But yeah, episode 263. We turning up. Happy Tuesday. We back.
100%. AT, real quick. 263. Big shout out to all the Zimbabweans out there. This is the Zimbabwe country code. Shout out to y'all. Hopefully we got some. Drop the flags in the comments if we got anybody. But not gonna waste no time, Terrance. I feel like the conversation of the hour is you. I'm gonna let you take it away, man. Weekend recap. We saw the post on IG. The title of this pod will say Terrance got engaged. Take it away.
Man, y'all know for the last 2 weeks, I feel like I've been in a doghouse a little bit, but it's been purposeful. I feel like I've been kind of trying a little bit of a forecast, for myself to be like, okay, bet, Terrell got the crazy date with Gigi. We've been busy planning stuff for my dad's party. And then A-Train threw me the dope movie night. So it just got to a point where I said, all right, you know what? I need something that, not necessarily I need something, but I'm like, okay, I need this moment a little bit more than anything. And low key, I like the way that worked out like that, y'all. When we came out here, of course, it's her granddad's birthday. Shout out to my guy, Jimmy, 94 years old. Huge milestone. A much bigger deal, if you ask me, than even our engagement. I mean, of course, to me, and A-Train is a big deal, but 94 years old, crazy. Yeah. Super shout out to him. Huge inspiration for even everything that I did. What a great guy. Met him about 2 years ago. He changed A-Train's life, impacted my life. So shout out to him. It was his birthday party. And I felt like the moment was so special, y'all. I said, this is the most perfect moment that I could make something like this happen. And definitely.
Let me ask you this, because you saying that makes it sound like you only planned this engagement.
Oh, no.
The thing, but you've been planning this for a break.
Nah, yeah, I'm really just talking about how the moment came up, and the moment, like I told you, the moment started building, and that started to be like, all right. But yeah, I definitely have planned this for a minute. I talked to Jimmy and a lot of the guys in A-Train's family, maybe, I would say almost a year ago, y'all. I would say a year ago, maybe 8 months, but it is a minute ago. And back then, I felt like I had plans back then, but stuff happened, things got moved around, life happens. And I think the moment just pushed ourselves all the way to here. But I've known, and then this is another thing. If you look at A Train's TikTok, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you already knew. You already knew." A Train did have an idea, and the reason why is because that's just how me and A Train's relationship is. And it's funny. We were looking at some of those comments in her TikTok comments. People are like, "You didn't want to be surprised," or "What's up? Y'all don't want to be surprised." I think it was somebody who left a comment like that, and we was like, "If you know me and A Train, if you spend 4 or 5 days around me and A Train, just in natural conversation, she definitely was, expecting that." And I think that's just the type of relationship that we have, bro. People have relationships that are. You would never expect your man to give you a ring. So you wouldn't even try to say, "I'm about to get my nails done because I might get engaged this weekend," because you're scared to post that nigga on Twitter or on Instagram. You would never forecast that. But I think some relationships are just different. And I feel like, bro, we both feel about ours. I love the fact that like everybody was there to see that moment. I love the fact that like the event came together the way it did. Y'all don't realize towards the end, so many people knew, like, because I done showed the ring to everybody. And at one point, I'm just looking at A Train like everybody know.
Yeah. Tell us about that. That's my question. We're gonna dig into this a little bit.
Oh, you want to go?
Tell us about that. You had to tell friends. Like, did you have who was? It was Jimmy's party, but like, did you have to like lure certain people for A Train camp there? Like,
Nah, yeah, and like y'all got to remember, my guy Jimmy is in his 90s. So when I told him, I knew if you think you can't keep a secret now, if you think you might have a loose slip now, when you turn 90, it might get a little rough for you. So the first person the first person that I really wanted to get clearance with was Jimmy because it's his birthday. But that was the person that I was really a little bit worried about, maybe telling her. And I think he might have kind of gave her some clues or whatever because they just got that type of relationship. But her close friend Tay, I call her Dr. Tay. That is my home girl. If it wasn't for her, I would not have been able to pull this off. From ring size to, because I got A Train ring size, but your girl ring size will change. And then A Train had a baby. So
yeah.
I don't want to get the ring and then it's,
GG ring baggy now, bro. We got to go get that joint size down because when I put
baggy too, yeah, that joint
it was 5 months postpartum when I got the ring.
Yeah,
so like now the ring is like that joint be turning to the left. I hate it. We gotta go get that joint resized. But shout out to Tay. Tay is great. Got to meet Tay when we was out there.
Man, yeah, shout out to Tay for really helping me set that up on the back end. Like, I mean, hitting Tay from afar. Like, Tay and her friend Olivia, I hit both of them from afar. Like, yo, when we come home for Jimmy's birthday, like, at some point, I'm gonna do that. And it wasn't until Jimmy said he was throwing his own party that I started thinking about, okay, bet we're gonna do it at the party. Now, just to fast forward to the party, so I don't like blow y'all like out with this big memory. Not gonna speed through it though. Y'all know I was not nervous at all. I feel like I'd be more nervous at the wedding. I'd be more nervous at seeing Sunny come down the aisle as a flower girl. I'm be like, oh, wow, tears. A Train in a wedding dress. But bro, the evening was so dope. I done talked to so many people. I felt like I talked to almost everybody that was at the party. People I knew, some people I didn't. But I got to a point where I've been around these folks for 2.5 years now. A lot of them know me. I've been a couple Christmases, couple, you know what I'm saying? Couple events already that I've been to. So I'm not talking to people that I don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna let y'all know this. I had to toast to Jimmy for his birthday first. Then I had to move my toast into a proposal for A Train. So I think what was dope, and I don't know if y'all will ever be able to see the video. It's a personal whatever, but I mean, some of the videos are out there. I feel like I should put it up too because Terrell seen the video.
Yes, no. Y'all know how I am. I ain't gonna gatekeep. It's up to you if you want to, but you know how I am, bro. Terrance has seen the video of my engagement, right? And if you happen to be at Mike's that night, cool. But like, that's a sacred. I feel like some shit just not for the streets. And niggas are gonna hate me for that because niggas want content.
Oh, saying niggas, I shouldn't want to see.
People feel like they're part of your life, and they are. But like,
Nah, I agree.
You know,
I guess.
And you know what? I hate that I'm in this situation because now niggas will hate me for this. Because of course they want that moment, you know. But like,
all I'm gonna say is this, y'all. I think I did. You know how you watch yourself go back and speak, or you watch yourself talking on stage, and you like, I did not feel like that when I rewatched this. I felt like I actually did pretty good. Now, in my toast to Jimmy, I think I did really well, connecting with everybody, giving Jimmy the flowers that he really deserved on a 94th birthday. Even though Sonny tried to, like, you know, boo-hoo cry her way out of it, it was still dope to have her there. And then when I turned the attention to A-Train, bro, once I had A-Train in front of me with her hands in mine, it was like, damn, this is the core memory. Sometimes you have one moment where you're like, all right, this is the core memory. Just let that shit flow, fellas. Let it flow.
You never forget how they looking at you and how you can feel everything around them. And you focused on them, but you can still feel like you can almost feel that, like the little small hairs on your face, because like everybody looking at you. You never forget that, bro. You never gonna forget that.
And to me, I wanted that moment to be super special for A-Train, and it was. That's the main thing that matters to me. I wanted that moment to be super special for her, but I could also like honor her granddad, who means the world to her. And I think it was a perfect event. It was one of those times, y'all. You know how you feel like, all right, I think I did a lot. I think I did everything right on that one for the most part. Just the way that I set that up. Like, I've had plans for me and A-Train's first date, or me and A-Train's her first time in DC, where I'll be like, I really wanted this to be different for you, but this time I felt like it was really dope. I feel like the decision I made, y'all, and I just want to say this, the decision I made to get in a ring and get on a knee and give her a ring comes from, this might sound cliche, but like, it's real love, y'all. It's like, in the shortest way I could put it, fellas, how you know you want to make that decision is take that person out of your life. Take that woman out of your life. And ask yourself if you gonna be good on that recover. Not if you can recover. Ask yourself if this woman would have packed everything and say, you know what, I'm gone. Then that'll make the decision even 5 times more easier. Not to mention, for me, I'm in love with A-Train, y'all. It's like I'm not trying to gas anything or just go whatever. I have the privilege of actually being in love with the woman that I'm with, and I know that that's a privilege. Can I say that, Terrell? That's a privilege. Because I know it's a lot of niggas that's like with women that it's like, I mean, I fuck with her, but I mean, she been holding me down. So,
well, everybody's trying to find a one. You privileged to be able to say you feel like you found your one. You know, I feel like I found mine, and I figure everybody's still in the search for this, and sometimes it's a little cloudy, you know, but. I think the most important thing, and what I kind of want you to, what I want to ask you on the heels of this, is just what you're getting ready to say right there. Because there's a lot of people that may be where y'all might have been a year and a half, 2 years ago, where, you know, we might clash a little bit, but we love each other. But like, I know the Terrance that was 2 years ago is different than the man that got on the knee. So like, I guess talk about that a little bit, because you're alluding to a real thing. There are a lot of people that can't say they ready to get on the knee, right? But it don't mean they don't love their girl. It don't mean like they not rocking. It don't mean it's not still, you know. But y'all feel like we all get to a point where you feel like, bet we about to do life together. What could you say just kind of off that? Not trying to put you on the spot, but.
If you ask me, bro, one of the comments that stuck out in the TikTok is somebody was like, this dude is a 7. Not to be rude, but how the fuck did he get you? Type shit. And I love that comment, bro, because I believe that. A-Train will get mad at me saying that, but like, I believe that. Man, I think, bro, I have to say this. I watched Mr. 3000, right? Bernie Mac.
Legend.
This is the most randomest thing ever. But like, y'all need to realize that like your confidence will take you further than anything. Goodness gracious, this big motherfucker. Get on, yo. Remember I told you about these joints.
What is it? An eagle out that joint?
No, it's a fucking. I want the joint to get on the camera. Can you see it?
Hell no. I'm ready for a damn iguana to walk across the back.
Is that a lime green? Me and Terrell, y'all have even seen us clash on our opinions on how we view certain relationship things. And I think a lot of the way that I view my relationship, at least the way we started this relationship, it was like, all right, bet. I don't got no bullshit. You ain't got no bullshit. Like, we're going to start this joint from the motherfucking 10 up. And we're going to just go in, just fresh open. Since I got that opportunity, y'all, and I knew who A-Train was, I'm like, I'm going to be I'm going to be literally me. I'm not about to try to be nobody else. I'm not gonna put on a front and act like I'm somebody. I'm not going to act like I have something that I don't. I'm gonna just be me. And I feel like when you're organically in a relationship as yourself, or when you being yourself, or you in a situation you want to be in, you can choose and you can read it a little bit better. I think a lot of people are in situations that you just ended up in. This was the best situation for me. And Terrell, like you said, 2 years ago, me and A-Train was never that. And I think the only way we was able to get here is because, like, from day one, we was like, we done wasted the time already. Me and A-Train was never that. And the reason why we weren't is because we got together. Me and A-Train was both basically 30 when we got together. Y'all got to keep that in mind. When you reach your late 20s, you might have already been through the ups and downs of relationships. So when you get these fresh starts, the fresh starts are so much more refreshing. Y'all will see, like, y'all be saying, Most of you need to know, I didn't meet A-Train until I was like 28. Imagine if I would have wifed up one of the drinks that I was learning with in 28 and what before then. And it's not that I'm done learning with A-Train. It's just we was at a point, y'all, where also A-Train's not about to tolerate no bullshit at this age, and I'm not tolerating any whatever at this age. So like us being together was a real choice. Then your relationship starts. Then me and A-Train start having friction. Then me and her start having disagreements. You know what I'm saying? People forget me and A-Train had a baby, and we moved in together into a 1-bedroom apartment, all within the first year. So like
that we worked out of. Oh my God.
We went through every relationship issue you needed to go through to decide whether you want to marry somebody. We shared a house together. We shared a crib together. We vacated. We have argued. We have been on the fritz of not even being together. Some of y'all don't know that because everything that glitters ain't gold. But Terrell knows. This nigga, y'all know me and Terrell, man. And I keep it just like that. For all my fellas watching this, I'm in a relationship with a woman. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Don't let. We all deal with the same thing. I told my dad. My dad was telling me certain things about my mom. Nigga, 60. And I said, damn, you sound like something that you sound like you should have figured that out 30 years ago. So you telling me I ain't gonna figure that out for 30 years?
Yes.
He said you're gonna have to keep figuring your woman out. So all I'll tell y'all is this, y'all. Why stall on that? Why have A-Train out here looking ridiculous when I love her to death? That's the number one woman for me. That's a woman that put her life on the line, birthed my favorite human in the world. Like A-Train deserved that ring. Before. Because if you ask me, A-Train is a wife, but like I got to a point where I'm like, okay, it's disrespectful A-Train showing up to these events. And what do I look like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
You say you love your girl. You've been with her forever. She got your kids. She's showing up. She don't look like she with you. I could go talk to her.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I've been in the gym, and ever since I got my ring, I be looking at, and this not whatever, I be looking at women's hands now just to see if they got the ring.
100%.
You know?
Yep.
And I'm like, because now I'm cognizant of.
I did that when I was ring shopping too. You're more conscious of it because you shopping.
Yeah. But look, y'all, I am so happy with that decision. It's one of the best decisions I ever made. One of the best decisions I ever made. I didn't get to say this in my speech because I ended up cutting it short. Just asked A-Train to marry me. I was like, I was supposed to say Terrell. I was like, Terrell gonna like this. or wasn't like this, I was gonna tell her that she is my favorite person in the world, and I was born a twin. So that mean a lot, dog.
Man, that's real as fuck.
Nigga who can get anybody who can get in front of this nigga space.
Yeah.
That means I got the realest love for you. Get if I put you beside Real,
yeah,
I came into this thing with Real.
That's the realest feeling, bro. That's the realest. That is the realest shit. And I have to say this, solo on me. Everybody that has watched this pod, like y'all have seen us really just be dope niggas doing. I feel like we some dope niggas doing real man shit. And I'm just gonna say it. Not trying to say we cooler than niggas or anything like that, but like it's not a lot of niggas out there that is on the family shit, on the dad shit, treat they girl right, boast about treating they girl right, took they girl out, did this for the fam, showing real like good example of how you could have motion, you could be a real cool nigga, and it don't gotta be street. It don't gotta be you tricking off. It don't gotta be you simping, because we don't simp. We don't get up here and just give everything trying to, dead ass really get up here and do shit. Bro, I watched this shit yesterday and I said, this nigga just posted on his IG and showed niggas the baby shower. We just show showers. You know what I'm saying? Now there's a proposal from this nigga. It just looked away. I felt like
the right things feel right, bro. You ain't even gotta tell yourself. You just say, damn, this nigga, damn, you know what? That's why I say any nigga that we got a lot of niggas that will pocket check me and Real, like, or pocket watch me and Real. They will call us rich or whatever. Bro, my nigga, I am rich. So think about that video that I said it was the one for Candace wedding. It was probably the last vlog I commissioned. I said, this year is the year that I'm gonna get rich. And you know that happened, bro. I had Sonny that year. End up putting a ring on A-Train. To me, our idea of rich when we was young was flawed, bro. The rich we really wanted had nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
The rich we thought we would grow up and really want, we ended up finding out that lifestyle had nothing to do with money. I told A-Train, Floyd Mayweather can't afford what I got. Yeah. Jeff Bezos can't afford what I got. Because one thing I know that's different about your ring and Jeff Bezos' wife ring, because funny man, I told A-Train, Jeff Bezos' wife ring, and she pulled up Jeff Bezos' wife ring or whatever. We were just looking at him.
Mountain.
And I was like, I probably ain't have to be Jeff Bezos to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gratifying. And I don't think that I'm like,
nah, yeah.
Like, put it like this. My rich came from that. Jeff Bezos is rich. You're just a part of that. His wife, probably just a part of that. You just a part of everything he earned. As to where I look at my wife like, or my fiance, I look at the Fìan.
Say that.
I look at her as a reason why I'm rich, not like a part of my rich. You're not one of my riches. You literally one of the reasons why I'm rich. That's why I felt like it don't matter what your woman look like, fellas. It don't matter what the ring look like. I got a lot of people saying, oh my goodness, the ring. I told Terrell, the ring ain't just pretty, it's proof. Yeah. Proof of what I'm saying, bro. Like, I think his name is Dayon. The last time I met him or seen him, he said he was in LA and he met the love of his life. Remember I told you I seen bro in the gym. He said, bro, I met the love of my life. Bro, when you know. But I'm telling you, some of y'all have to give yourself an opportunity to like grow into it. It ain't just gonna happen. I'm letting y'all know right now. Me and A-Train did not just happen overnight. Some of y'all been here. Y'all remember we was in that little apartment? I would hit the end button. It was days Terrell would come over there. And me and A-Train not even talking. We're not even saying nothing to each other. We gotta record this video though. And
man, they had me in the most craziest of. That's why when I say I did Terrance Father's Day post, and I was like, don't nobody but me know truly what you sacrifice for them too. This nigga Terrance will literally, he is the reason y'all get a pod every week. I will say that. And you're gonna make me cry. Damn.
Why? Damn. Why he crying? Because he know y'all mean the world to me. Why he cry? My nigga.
Damn.
Don't cry. You gonna make me cry. I felt like the nigga with the baseball bat. You gonna make me cry. Let me start thinking about something.
Damn, you know what sucks about this? You have to put it in. But y'all, dead ass. On some real shit.
Him talking about how I care about my baby.
Wait.
Come on.
Wait. I'm not putting all of this in, Terrance. You will not get my whole break. I will say this. Damn, now that I got myself together, I am proud of that nigga. I said, if crew turned out like this nigga, I would be so proud of him.
That's
like
real.
when I was looking at that pic, I was like, bet. If he get to be you, then I do a good job, bro. Woo. Proud of the nigga.
That's some real shit, bro.
I'm gonna be like this at the wedding. Don't turn around.
Oh my God, y'all.
We gotta take intermission so I can get myself together.
It's people who were saying, bro, you are inspiration, bro. This is inspiring, bro. This is whatever. And I feel like even what I'm saying, bro, it ain't A-Train not no rich. That ain't no. Do y'all know what I have to do when I turn the camera off? Like, Brody, like yesterday, it's an everyday sacrifice for your woman. Pick the woman you want, and then it's an every single day sacrifice. If you a man, if you are not willing to turn that P5 off for the one night, if you get to a point where you're like, you know what? Fuck this joint. I don't want to do this with her. I want to do this. If that's how you feel, bro, you need to let that. You need to let it go, bro.
Man, that's
I can't say how many times I sacrificed my own happiness for 30 minutes of A-Train's. I might end my whole night or ruin my plan for the whole night just to talk to A-Train for this 30 minutes before she go to sleep. But this 30 minutes might can with what I'm about to do next. Am I going to take it for the next day to run and say, well, you know, if I didn't have to talk to you? No, because that's not why I'm doing it.
And you take the lashes from sometimes your audience. Sometimes niggas don't know why the pod came out at 9 this week. And how it and Brody. And how
and I can't say,
hey y'all.
I can't say I woke up and me and A-Train was going, or me and A-Train had a disagreement, or I had to go. Bro.
And that's not an excuse. Because I'm not saying that niggas should be okay with the pod coming out whenever it is. And that's something that we're trying to work on, getting to a point where, you know, we back to something more stable. But real life shit. That's why I appreciate when niggas say they got kids. Because first of all, I'm not an excuse guy. Terrance will tell you, I do not make excuses. I try not to make excuses for us. When niggas start getting out shit about stuff, I don't make excuses.
If you want your comment, if you want your negative comment to ring off, aim it a little bit more towards Terrell, because he the one who really see it. And
that ain't true. It could be about Terrance. Terrance is gonna weasel his way. He gonna weasel his way out.
Y'all say I feel like Terrance keep on sneezing every podcast. Why is he sneezing? Terrell will be like, hey, blow your nose before the podcast. And I'll be like, wow. He just that type of dude. And Brody, you was just about to say some real shit, but he ain't really get to finish because he got emotional. He said, Terrance, the reason y'all get a podcast every.
He is. Oh, I can get back there. Terrance, the reason y'all get a podcast every week, and the reason why I say that is because he will never take time off. He will never stop. The nigga, when Sonny was about to be born, do you remember what you did? Nigga, we was doing them NFL picks. I said, Terrance, fuck the picks for this week. If Sonny about to come, you need to just be worried about that. Because I said, bro, trust. When you get to that hospital, I told you. I said, Brody, last night was the last night you will ever sleep the way you slept. And you didn't even realize it. Remember when I told you that?
Yeah.
Before they're born, that's the last night you slept regular. Like, I'm
And
going
I
to
don't
sleep.
like that, Terrell, because it ain't because you're gonna scare them away from having kids. It's not a regular sleep. It's just you go to sleep as a boy, them nights. When you come home now, you know when I wake up, I have to make sure somebody good every single day. Like you go to sleep as the kid, and then you wake up, and you have your kid, you wake up, and now you sleep like Malcolm X with the shotgun in the mirror, like or shotgun out the window, like some shit go down. I'm Big Papa now. I'm the big
And it's
man.
different. And it was different when she was pregnant because you can still go to the gym, come home, you can still do everything, and you knew she good, the baby with her.
Fellas,
I hate that this nigga got me to get Terry on the pod.
I love that he got Terry on the pod, especially when he was like,
I hate it.
I love that he says that. And look, y'all know that means a lot to me. Stuff like that means a lot to me. I won't get emotional here, but like, I'm an emotional dude. I'll definitely have my emotional moments and shit like that. See Terrell cry, that shit definitely makes me teary. Me and Terrell twins. So like, I'd be like, anybody cry, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, niggas low key me. If I wanted to cry, I could cry.
It's like it feel like I'm crying, but I'm not really crying because you crying. But it's like if that nigga can keep it together, I can keep it together. But Terrance, no, I cry first. I'm gonna cry first. And
I
then
used to
make
watch
these
Terrell get whooped, and he would cry, and I would cry. And my mother would be like, why are you crying? You're not getting whooped, or you're not in trouble. Why are you crying? And I'm like, the nigga sound like me, low key. He sounds like me hurt. Anyway,
telling you, man. That's why when it came after you get a few ass whoopings, we just started getting together because we stopped wanting to watch that.
Yeah,
it was like that. What was both? And I know this nigga did it. Anyway, did we finish everything we were talking about? Yes, I'll just say this convo has kind of gone as far as I knew it would because it's such a big moment. I think dope ass core memory you've made. Having your daughter there, it's out there against all odds. Niggas that didn't believe y'all could make it work, you know, or you know how family is where we on our side, you know, she definitely probably had folks out there that felt like, how is this relationship going to work? Y'all live so far apart, right? Mr. 3000. And it's like, the fact that y'all did this, bro, y'all are the only ones that now get to sit in the success of it, you know? Just y'all. It's y'all win. It's y'all W. And I think it's dope, man. Think it's dope. I think the Realeest 9 is proud of you. Everybody that watched you in that basement, bro. We was in that fucking basement with that drum set behind us all the way to this point. They done seen you in different relationships. They watched that growth that you talked about. So I think that's dope, Brody. And you made me cry on the pod. 263. Is that a 9 in there somewhere? I don't know.
Well, I ain't want to say anything, but 263 is if you ask me what I see 263. You add 63, that's 29. 2 9s. Me and Terrell been 2 9s since day one. 2 9s put together is my baby girl's birthday, 18. May 29th is A Train's birthday. That 2 9 means something to me, so I'm gonna find it. I will find it all the way. I'm always gonna find it.
You the nigga where you ask him and you don't think he's thinking about it, but he's actually thought about this whole thing. Well, actually, is
one of my favorite moments, and I'll say this: a couple of my favorite moments from when I did do the proposal was little moments with the fam, like Jimmy's great. His first granddaughters, Marissa, had a Rubik's Cube, and she's only like she's in 5th grade, but she has a Rubik's Cube, and I'm like, I can put that together for you, and like,
hold on, y'all, we getting back. While he's getting that back, I just want to say happy birthday to all of the August babies. I'm killing time right now, like Bow Wow on the BET Awards 2000 and whenever that was. But happy birthday to all the August babies. Let me show y'all some of the stuff that I have in here.
Oh, wait, Terrell, my back.
Oh, he's back. There he is.
But damn, Terrell, what I say?
You was talking about
yeah, she had a Rubik's Cube. I like the moment where I got to put that together for her because I was telling On a lot of the core memories that mean a lot to me is if you are able to see if you're able to see the proposal. I got her brother Kyle's son in front of me. I got and some other little kids right in front of me. I said, you know what? A lot of my memories came from watching older people do stuff. I'm like, oh, so when I get older, I got to get a wife and I got to go buy a big shiny ring. And that came from watching Andre, Terrell. Our cousin Andre got married when we was hella young. I will never forget seeing people cry at the wedding. And I'm like, why are people crying? And we supposed to be happy. But this is beautiful. That was the first time I learned that, like.
That was the first wedding. Andre's wedding, if Andre's watching, his wedding was one of the first weddings that I literally had to fan tears from myself.
Yeah.
Because I was overwhelmed that everybody else was overwhelmed. And the Anthony Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Black folk.
Yeah.
Black folk.
You see how that music stuff?
The music gonna do it. The music gonna do it.
All I'm gonna say is, like, it meant a lot to me, the kids being there.
Yeah.
So as I look back at that memory, I'm like, their memory, even of her, their family member, is so set in stone. It's like, if I'd have done that out in DC, if I'd have done that at home, this generation of everything that she has been out here, they don't get to see it that way. You know, I give a lot of fucks about the next gen. So
this was the only way it could be. Me and Dad was talking about that.
Yeah.
And that's what made me feel the proudness. It feels like we watched you go out in the world. You found love in a hopeless place, Rihanna face nigga. We watched you go out and find this love. You know what I'm saying? And it is like, damn, this nigga is doing it. We didn't expect to be here. We didn't expect that to be here. So dope, man. We could talk about the proposal forever. Congrats. Everybody's already said congrats.
Everybody. Thank everybody that congrats us. Thank everybody that congrats A-Train. Everybody that's following the journey. It's funny.
Wedding post next.
Wedding post next. But
the wedding post are next.
Bro, me and A-Train was thinking about starting a joint, and maybe you won't put this in. We was thinking about starting a joint channel. You know that? We was like, the rollout would be so. I said the rollout right now is so whatever. I said we could do a joint channel.
I don't think anybody, and I'm putting this in, I don't think anybody Realeest 9 would have an issue with that. I feel like they would love content, how they can get it. And Brody, this podcast is not the end of MalloryBros era. Your next era could be, you know, us doing something, but you also have that. You doing that, don't stop this train. Realeest 9 never stop. That's why y'all see that brick by brick that goes across at the end of every video. This train never stops. We need to put the wall.
You did see my toast, Terrell. You saw my toast. Realeest 9 got a shout out.
Realeest 9 got a shout out for sure, man. That don't happen without them. Well, of course it does, but like
Realeest 9, y'all should actually feel very good. I will say that. Let me say that, Terrell. Like I say in my speech, I was like, in my business, we got a saying that says brick by brick after every video. And like, to be speaking about the videos, it did feel like, okay, Realeest 9, y'all in the building, low key. Like
we got it from Snowball. We grew up on John. The fact that we grew up on John Singleton, and we don't, y'all, a lot of niggas hear Frank when you hear that brick by brick at the end of our video. You hear Frank Snowfall. I hear John Singleton. I hear that mind, that nigga. Like, anyway,
I hear us now. But
I hear that nigga, man. But yeah, my weekend. I just want to say, y'all, real quick, we went to go. Let me do this. My weekend recap. We went to see the Weeknd at Northwest Stadium, and it was dope to be back. Not gonna lie, Terrance, can't wait to get us tickets to these games, because sitting in that stadium, I said, hey. And that's why Gigi was like, focus. Because when we sat down, I said, JD5 from right about here. That offense, look, Bo Nix when the others come in this other way from right about here, bro.
Yeah.
You wait. But when to go see the Weeknd, y'all, and let me tell you, if you haven't seen the Weeknd's after whatever, I don't know if it was the After Hours Till Dawn tour, this last one that's on HBO Max, go watch it, and that give you an idea of like what the Weeknd do live. That nigga went absolutely crazy. I will also say Playboi Carti came out. First Swamp Izzo came out that joint. He got everybody turned up. Then Playboi Carti came out that joint, and honestly, bro, seeing that nigga in person was like, damn, these young niggas love this nigga. Looking at the audience, bro, of niggas, like, you could just tell, and I'm gonna say this. They was 100% right about the fact that Carti was not supposed to be on this tour with Weeknd, bro. Carti is big enough to do his own tour. Like, the way them niggas in the audience was moving, and you can see pockets of them. They needed more space to do what they do, bro. They couldn't even really get their shit off for real. We in chairs. There's rows, fucking rope. These niggas need to be able to run around. But the Weeknd concert was dope, man. He performed for like 4 hours. Not even going to lie. At the end, he was like, "You guys think you're going home? You're not going fucking anywhere. Hit it." And he would start another joint. He was playing EXO records. He would be like, "My 2011 fans." I feel like everybody that was Weeknd, like Gigi being a big Weeknd fan, she was living. And that's all that mattered. All that mattered. She was living for it, man. But the concert was dope. Met some folks that's Realeest 9. It was always dope to meet the Realeest 9. It was dope to meet people that I met this guy who had watched the Hurry Up Tomorrow reaction. He said, "Bro, I watched our reaction and prep for
that's dope. Yeah.
Which was dope. That's going to be on YouTube soon. Just going to say that. There's a lot of shit that's getting ready to come back to that channel. But bringing you back up, it was dope. Took the Fìan. We went, had and let me tell you this, bro. Terrance will tell y'all, when I got on the joint today, I was real like sleepy. And it's because y'all, that concert low key let me and G know how washed we really are, bro. Mm-hmm. We've been sleeping. Cause guess what? Crew up 6:45 every morning, whether you got sleep or not. And like,
honey girl.
And that's really what
6:40 every morning. That's me and Terrell life right there, y'all. And do y'all think me and Terrell are 9 PMers? No.
Let me tell you, the worst thing to do is what me and Gigi did. The worst thing to do is what we did, y'all, when we went to the concert. We said, "Oh, you know what? I'm a little hungry, but I don't want to get a full stomach before the concert."
No, that was a bad idea.
Wrong decision. Because I said, who want to get the bubble guts, and then I'm gonna be in the. Because look, all we have in the crib is what? Mac and cheese bites. I made Crew some mac and cheese bites, right? Who the fuck want to eat that before the concert? So look, do we stop at like McDonald's or something before? I said, nah, because we're gonna be in the stadium 3-4 hours. What if my stomach turn up? So we make the worst decision you could ever make, which is what, Terrance? We'll just eat.
I know you didn't say, "Oh, see, I thought you was gonna say, I'll just get something at Northwest Stadium." You mean them tenders and fries? Are you waiting?
Not gonna lie. In the beginning, they walking around with nachos, motherfuckers got hot dogs. I'm saying, ooh,
we
look like something. We should, yeah. But then once the concert got to like the lights start coming down, you start feeling like the show about to start. Nobody trying to eat, bro. By the end, we was exhausted. We had no water. We got back to the car. We had my canteen, this motherfucking lifesaver right here. But bro, we went over Landover Road McDonald's out by Sean. And shout out to Sean. You see, I posted that joint on my close friends. I was like, to dancing, whatever, and then getting food in the wrong neighborhood. Sean was like, "That's my neighborhood, nigga." But bro, never do that. Always eat before drink, bro. Oh my God, we are still recovering today. But moving on, it's a lot of music that came out this past week. We got a lot of music coming out next week. Big shout out to everybody that joined the Realeest 9 on Patreon or are a part of it, and you got to see the Freddie video, the Tyler Creator video. Mm-hmm. But we got another loaded weekend coming. On Friday, we got, and oh my bad, we didn't get to listen to Metro yet, obviously, y'all, because Terrance has been. Oh my bad. I'm gonna go big. Y'all, we didn't get to listen to Metro yet because Terrance has been out of town, and so when he come back, we gonna listen to that joint. But we got JID Friday, we got Gunna now with an album dropping Friday. And we got Bryson Tiller with the first half of his double disc album dropping Friday. And then whoever else decide to put some shit out. So before we even talk about that, I wanted to ask you what you listening to out that joint, Brody. What has had your ear? You got the Clips album behind you, the Freddie album kind of behind you, but that's still in the Serato for me. But like, what y'all been spinning out that joint?
It's funny because whenever we come out here, we normally have A-Train's whip. But of course, we've been gone for a minute, so we've been in a different whip. So, and the whip that we in don't really have music. So we actually haven't been playing so much music down here. But I can definitely let y'all know what I've been listening to, which I feel like it's not necessarily surprising, but when I go to my heavy rotation mix, where is that? Believe it or not, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care what anybody says. I have been spinning that Travis Scott Jack Boys 2. I absolutely love it. I know Terrell is, because Terrell had to step off to the bathroom. I know Terrell is in the bathroom saying, yep, because that Travis Scott, y'all tried to act like that joint wasn't good. And we're going to talk a little bit about hip hop a little bit later. But just to talk about what I'm listening to, I don't see how y'all could play songs like Kick Out. Like, I don't see how y'all can play songs like Dumbo or Where Was You or Velour. I don't know how y'all can play some of those songs from Jack Boys 2 and not want to play them again. I'm in the gym, I get it, but I'm playing Jack Boys 2 heavy. I'm also playing the Clips album heavy. If you ask me, I think Clips put out the best rap album of the year. FICO, my favorite, one of my favorite songs of the year.
Yeah.
Like
the way they rapped on that joint
this year.
And everybody has talked about like the rhyme patterns that they use on that joint, but like that is very hard to do. The whole song, they say something is IPO and then get to register one. The whole song, the first part of the bar rhymes with the first part of the bar, and the last part of the bar rhyme with the last. Like, it's hard to like, because Freddie album, for me, I've been spinning that joint tough, Terrance.
I've been spinning Freddie album.
You know, a nigga got a course eye view with a whole like you. I don't know why I've been just spinning that joint, bro. I've been spinning that whole album, but I will agree with you that the Clips album to me is my vote for album of the year because of how them niggas rap, bro.
Rap album of the year for me. I don't know about album yet. I'm not gonna go that far.
Rap album
of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I would give it to Clips. So and Brody, you probably heard me saying that I'm still spinning Jack Boys 2.
Yes, I am too, bro.
I'm still spinning Playboi Carti's music. I still listen to Crush, Philly, Radar, and Trim. Almost those are very heavy rotation songs. Y'all will be surprised that I listen to We Need All the Vibes too. I'll say this, Terrell. G&X, as well as Some Sexy Songs for You, have fallen a little bit on my playback.
I would say
G&X represents a lot of a moment from last year. It feels, or from early this year, sorry. And then Some Sexy Songs for You, like I told you, I'm not really in that part of my life.
Yes, like I pull up playing something. Terrance was like, "How can you listen to this?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm just listening to it." But Terrell
not gonna tell y'all what he really be listening to. Terrell be listening to a lot of different shit that y'all will be like, "What?"
Bro, yeah, 100%. And the niggas will say,
like Terrell showed me this Kevin Gates song, was like, "Bro, this part of this Kevin Gates song is fire." And I'm like, "Where did you like tap in?"
There's Kevin Gates fans out there that will admit that he does and says wild shit, but will also tell you that the music, he never fell off from making the music he made. Anyway, I feel like with the Travis joint, bro, I've been listening to that joint too. I've been spinning that joint, that MM3, that I love my bitch, but we'll look at love the same.
I love the whole project though. I liked a lot of the projects that came out. Everyone except the Tyler the Creator joint.
I will agree with you about the real quick. I did want to agree with you about the GNX, Some Sexy Songs. I still play certain songs because I have to for Crew. He loves Luther. He loves Nokia.
Okay, yeah.
He loves Raining in Houston, and he also loves he likes TV Off. So like I'll be having to have shit still in my right. Don't look forward to my Apple Spotify rap this year, y'all. It's going to be a bunch of stuff that is not a true representation. I have a 2-year-old, and they run the house.
I tapped into the Lil Tecca, y'all, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I liked it, but I was a little bit underwhelmed. I feel like bro caught a dope pocket with him. I ain't so bad, but I don't want to, and then what you never had, yeah. Mama sent me that joint, the Dark Thoughts. It's called Dark Thoughts. I love Dark Thoughts. I also like that. She said, and then she said,
yeah. I heard that joint.
I like that joint. I like this joint called Half the Plot. I fuck with Tecca. That's actually one of them albums that I'm listening to. It might grow on me a little bit, but I will say I'm glad Terrell, we didn't do the video for that. People was like, we wanted the reaction. The next one, y'all. But my NBA Youngboy fans. I tapped into Massa and we decided not to do the reaction purely from that. It just didn't really. I didn't want to do our first NBA Youngboy for real joint. He had a song on that joint where he was like, "Sexy violence, sexy violence." Y'all can have it. Go ahead and tell me that I was whatever. I just said these niggas.
That wasn't a great representation of. That wasn't a great representation of YB. And guess what, y'all?
But I'm still tapping into that to try to find the good ones, y'all.
Realeest, now we got something special coming for the YB fans.
Yes,
something
we do.
That I feel like y'all have been asking for.
Much better than this Massa, and then he on that joint talking about whatever Trump doing. You got it, bro.
Yeah, but he still be putting out little dope joints. I can't lie, bro. He will drop some mid, and then you'll get to that one.
You'll get that one.
I feel about Youngboy how the younger me used to feel about Future, bro. Do you know that? And I've grown to appreciate more of Future's catalog. Terrance, I listen to that. I'm on the latest time. I'm using you and you know it. I'm losing you and you know it. You know, and you know it. That album, Terrance, that album.
Whatever you need.
Terrance, we did a video where we re-listened to that album. You got to go back and watch that video, bro. You got a lot of life. You got a lot of life from that video. You need to go back and watch that.
Bro, that is one of those albums that grew me up. I could say them. You know how you say I had a toxic phase and I had an album. That one, like Solo. I'm going solo now. Solo now.
That's why, bro. Niggas don't know what the Forest Hills Drive cover looked like to me. It represents such a. I was so young at work.
Or that Friday Night Lights cover. Or
the Friday Night Lights is like a different era of me. J. Cole got different album covers that represent different eras of my life. Even KOD is special to me because 2018 was such a fucking dope ass year. That was one of our only videos. That's one of our most viewed. That's our most viewed J. Cole video. Anyway, y'all, we just rapping about this music shit. We got a lot of music coming out this Friday. Join the Realeest Now on Patreon if you haven't. If you've not subscribed to our other channel on YouTube, subscribe there because the door is opening back up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's something we're super excited about.
But T, let's talk about some of the stuff that we saw online this week. Let's start with the Martin and Gina Ari Lennox situation. Give us the backstory on that.
Ari Lennox basically came out and said that it was kind of hard for her to watch the show Martin, when she was younger because she felt as though, Martin was always ragging on Pam, and she felt like because Pam was a darker skinned woman, she felt like that herself dark skin. She kind of felt the way watching that, right? And she kind of said she never could resonate, or I couldn't really watch Martin because of how he used to talk to Pam. And me being a brown-skinned woman, I just couldn't really rock with it. Her saying that alone got a lot of mixed reviews, mixed reactions. A lot of people feel like, Martin is a classic show in our community. I will say that. Martin is a classic show that everybody likes. And I was telling Terrell, these days, it feels like we have what's called like the struggle Olympics, or like I feel bad for me because, y'all didn't even really know that, like, even though we all love this, it was offensive to me. We got a lot of that happens these days. And you see a lot of people going to bat. You could tell y'all are going to bat for y'all favorite. We all love Martin. Imagine somebody comes out and says, I couldn't watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because I just felt like they did dark-skinned Aunt Viv wrong. There's going to be some people that's like, Yeah,
because you're right.
Because you're right.
You're right.
And then know what they gonna do? They don't care. So because they don't care, they want to fight for their show. And I told Terrell we kind of disagreed. That's what I feel like you saw with the Ari Lennox situation, y'all. We saw a situation where people just didn't feel like hearing her out. But I told Terrell it doesn't necessarily eliminate what she said. And some people saying stuff like, fuck with Van Lathan, but I think it was Van Lathan was one of the people that was talking about how people are sensitive these days. People are so sensitive these days. And I told her I didn't like that take because her take on her not resonating with Martin isn't a these days take. She's talking about why she could never get into the show like somebody else. And if her reason doesn't resonate with you or isn't as important to you, I don't think that you could just tell her, oh, whatever. Like, people are saying Martin talked about everybody in the show. And come on, he never even mentioned Pam's race. And I was telling Terrell, when you look at the 90s playing field, and I'm sorry to be long-winded, Terrell, I'm going to let you be long-winded. I'm not going to
You're good.
When you look at the 90s playing field, or you look at the 90s film TV era, I told Terrell, back then it was pretty light-skinned woman, mean, dark-skinned friend. You know what I'm saying? Pretty light-skinned girl, and then there's the friend who was normally a brown-skinned, dark-skinned woman. Martin is a stand-up comedian, death comedy jam. You know what I mean? He was cooking the shit out of Pam every episode. Like, we can admit that. We can admit that Pam got some of the harder jokes. Not just funny. Pam was referred to as a dog. Pam was referred to as things that they would actually refer to darker women as from Martin, and it was jokes. And back then, jokes like that flew just same way. Oh, you soft because you light skin, or you know that light skin ain't in style no more. We've had jokes fly around our skin complexion that we've let go because it's a joke. But my only take is, I think it's kind of messed up for us to tell Ari Lennox that her experience doesn't matter because, one, we love the show, or two, well, he never mentioned race. Well, he never said anything about race. Come on, y'all. Is like when and this might be a bad example. This would be a bad example to Terrell. We feel like the black dude died in every movie. We was like, damn, the black dude died first, right? Or why does the black dude gotta die first? They could have easily said, well, it just happens. Nobody here is like picking the black guy to die first. Come on. They could have said the same thing. And my thing is, like, I think we at a point now where people just get tired of.
But Terrence, that's different because the black dude was dying first in every movie, and we just had too much evidence that pointed to it being true. My only thing about
you don't think it's enough evidence that can point to what Ari's saying?
No, because
are you going to say there's enough evidence on the other side that would cancel her feeling out?
Listen to this. I sent Terrence this video literally today where this dude was talking about how when you believe certain things in your head, sometimes negative things, and not always on purpose, like you believe in these things, but like you will think, yo, I don't like my, build, or let's say my hair is still here, so I can say this, but like, let's say I don't like my hairline. A nigga feel like that. The moment you feel triggered in that by something else, it could be somebody else, a TV show, something. Sometimes you can make shit. I don't know how to say this. I feel like sometimes you can take your own insecurity and that's projecting into something that's not even that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to say Ari Lennox didn't have a million different reasons to feel exactly how she felt. The issue that people are having with it is the fact that Martin never was a show where we saw Martin display like a colorism angle with the Pam jokes.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Martin. I rewatch Martin all the time. Like, I don't and can't remember him making a joke about her being darker than Gina, about her being black as the night or something like that they say about.
Think he ever did, Terrell. And I don't think he
ever
Ari
did.
Never said that. Also, a lot of people are running with there was no colorism in the show, but Ari never said.
Didn't you just say she said? Pull up what she actually said, because I feel like, why was there a race element to it then? Didn't she say she was a darker girl and she felt like Martin was
Martin's jokes about Pam's looks still hit a nerve. I'll always feel that way. I'll always feel a way about that. It's disrespectful to dark-skinned women. She's beautiful.
But that's the thing, T. He talked about Pam. He talked about Cole. He talked about Tommy. He talked about Gina. Applehead jokes with Gina. They put her head through a gate for an episode. Like,
But I feel like
Gina got it just as bad. So I feel like,
Terrell.
how would you feel? T, how would y'all feel?
Yeah,
How would you? I'll ask you this: what if this was the inverse? What if Mariah the Scientist came out and said, "I could never really watch Martin because he used to always talk shit about Gina, and that made me not like certain men or whatever." People would be like, "Hold on, wait." Like, and then look, as a light-skinned girl, I just felt like it was disrespectful. People would be like, "But he talked about Pam." People would point to Pam now and say he dragged Pam through the mud. It's just weird that it's weird that she chose Pam to like make this angle. It don't really stick to me. It feels like projection.
If you watch Martin, I don't think that it's hard to see. And like now you got a lot of people that's gonna act like, oh, come on, y'all. He told jokes about everybody. Yeah, but what she's saying is that the jokes that he said about Pam hit a nerve different for her as a dark-skinned woman. Y'all are trying to say, well, he joked about Tommy and Cole. Okay, what was the joke about Tommy? He doesn't have a job. What's the joke about Cole? He's always with a different woman, or we never see the woman that he's with. You know what I'm saying? But Pam is, Pam probably gonna start barking like a dog. Like I don't know why we act like Martin's jokes on Pam were not tougher, bro. They were. Even when I
don't feel like they were tougher than Gina. They were tougher than Gina.
Terrell,
yes. Like her and Gina got the equal amount of like ridicule on the show. I don't feel like it was a situation where as somebody that looked a certain way,
Terrell, but it's
feel like the person that looks like them is being picked on the show.
How I'll tell you this. The same way you see Martin be joking on Gina, you got to see Martin be sweet on Gina. You got to see Martin kind of give. There was a push-pull with him and Gina. That's his girl. They are low-key the blueprint for that best friend couple. Like, we together, but we can joke on each other. We can do this because we're going to have moments where I take it too far and you get upset. We're going to have moments where you don't like what I say. Martin will say, I'm sorry, to a joke that goes too far with Gina, but he doesn't have to and never had to do that with Pam. The hard jokes can just be but Pam had her love. Pam is the fact that she could hold her own, but even still, it was like, y'all not gonna tell me there's so many people rewriting history. Pam did not hold her own up against Martin.
Yes,
Lawrence.
she did. Pam
had good comebacks, but
Martin.
You would never put her on the same level as Martin. Martin was cooking the fuck out of her. I'm sorry, but it's Martin though.
Martin would never get a joke off, and you can admit this. Martin would never get a joke off on Pam without her saying something back, without her getting him back. He might say, "Damn, Pam, you XYZ," but she's gonna respond with something. And guess what, T? To respond to what you're saying real quick, I feel like yes, Martin was sweet on Gina, and he was tough on Pam. But I feel like we didn't see Martin be sweet on Pam. We saw him be sweet on Gina. But Pam did have her angle where Tommy was sweet on her. I feel like that was just the dynamic of the show. And I feel like at some point there were certain things that you could have drawn from Martin. And Ari Lennox did draw the experience that she has back to what Martin was saying about Pam. And I'm not trying to invalidate that because at the end of the day, if she feels that way, we can't tell her that she's wrong for feeling that way. She saw a black woman on TV getting called a dog, whatever, and she felt how she felt. Regardless of if he talked to Gina the same way, regardless of if he talked to Tommy Cole, cool. She felt that way. We can't change it. Cool. I will give Ari Lennox that. I just feel like, bro, sometimes it feel like when, like, you chose to pick this out. Like, you couldn't connect to the Tommy Pam love angle. You couldn't connect to the fact that she was a strong, like, didn't take no shit from nobody type. But she wasn't made to be. I don't feel like Pam was made to be hard. You know, I feel like Pam was made to be. They tried to. I feel like if we didn't have the Tommy angle, I would feel different way. I would feel different about Pam. I feel like now we're talking about a show that. Now we're talking about Martin. But what do you think about this, T? I feel like Martin kind of hardened Pam in a way. But Tommy showed us that Pam was still somebody that was desirable. Tommy was crazy about her. The way she
Tommy was
looked.
a big idiot with no job.
Terrance, no, but Martin didn't have it. This
Terrell,
nigga, we didn't. And Terrance, we really never knew if Tommy had a job or not. I mean, yeah, of course he didn't, but like
Tommy was Terrance,
like, all I'm saying, okay, cool.
Second to bruh man on the show for being just big and funny, like a clown in a way.
We talking about a woman being desirable. Do you remember how Dinka looked at Eve in Barbershop? It made Eve seem like, and I'm not even trying to, I'm just talking about desirability in a show. Like they gave us that with Pam. So I feel like Ari picking up that side of it speaks more to her situation than the show itself. Because I feel like the way she said it makes the show seem like a show that does that when that's more so her experience. Would you agree with that? Because I feel like it was her experience, but it doesn't represent, that shouldn't be in a show indictment.
It was 100% her experience. Because you're right. But also, that's who she resonated with, because that's who I guess she felt like she saw herself in. Like the light-skinned girl would see herself in Gina. She gets to watch that show and probably feel like, okay, you know what? You know, this is my point for all the people with the Pam situation. If Pam wasn't quick with it, if Pam wasn't able to get her jokes off on Martin that were normally about how big his ears were, that were normally about how short he was, his height, you know what I'm saying? If Pam wasn't able to do that, bro, Pam would have actually seemed like it would have been a little bit worse. And I want you to imagine being a brown-skinned woman or a darker-skinned woman watching that, and you really don't have the quick wit comebacks, or you might not feel like Pam's comeback is so good like how everybody else who isn't brown-skinned or dark-skinned feel. Do you remember like one thing I'll resonate with, and I'll say is that growing up, Africans, I used to watch people call them ABS. I'm not even gonna say the whole thing because they be low-key sensitive about
it. Yes, they remember.
Oh, you were ABS. You were ABS. Some of y'all do your research on what that stands for, because I won't even disrespect y'all on here and say that.
Right.
But I used to watch people say that and think, oh, that's not that bad. And then I grew up and realized how that really affected y'all. Could I sit here and say, oh, come on, like, that's not that bad, because y'all was getting off jokes too. You could always
until you see how that's offensive to who they are. They're not choosing to be offended by something that exists.
But
that's where I feel like it's different. Because that was a joke, but it was still offensive to people of a specific, it was very specific. That's where your Ari Lennox is trying to stick a triangle peg in the square thing, and you're jamming it. You can't.
I don't think so, Terrell. I think she more.
You don't have the evidence.
She more so saying exactly what y'all are saying. Which I do. She's saying something, and I hate what y'all are saying. Which is like, I'm sorry. Let me go back. What she's saying is that in her experience, she couldn't resonate with Martin. And it feels like y'all are really playing oh, come on, everybody got joked on. It wasn't that bad for you. But to me, I think that only comes from y'all loving Martin and not feeling like hearing out somebody who might have had a bad experience with it. And trust me, it comes. Imagine somebody says,
there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that, Terrance, but Ari Lennox,
the comment was bad.
Big shout out to Ari Lennox. She's from DC. Like, always going to support her. But you just told us you wasn't about to be on the internet. Y'all have realized the internet is a place where whatever. We just want you to duck off. Why are you talking to this person and create? Like, you can't be mad at people feeling how they feel because you popping out. You don't have to do this. If the internet is so harmful, it's like at some point it's gonna look like you want attention as opposed to being allergic to it. Like when Summer Walker was there, I will never forgive niggas for letting Summer Walker stand there acting like she was so fucking scared. Remember, she was acting awkward. It was like, girl, you was a stripper. You got a BBL. You been outside. This whole I'm awkward in public shit, you can just say you don't want to be here, but we're not letting that rock.
Yeah, we're not doing
But like,
trust me, I'll give you this. In today's time, and this is what I think everybody need to learn from this situation. people are tired of small things. Or I'm just gonna sound bad, Ari, but I do think this is gonna have some truth to it. There's major struggles now, and then there's small struggles, and some struggles that some people don't give a fuck about. Imagine me say, "Oh, I liked Rugrats growing up, but they didn't have a lot of Susie scenes, and I felt like as a black woman, I couldn't." Some people are gonna say,
people feel.
you know, some people just feel like, you know what? You are totally right to have that you are totally fine to have that. But just like Stephen A. Smith, we don't care.
Yeah.
We feel for you, but we don't care how you couldn't watch a TV show. Because now we got everybody with more issues that's on top of issues. So when you come out and you Ari Lennox, and like Terrell said, you always got some shit. Now here you go talking about how you couldn't resonate with something that now everybody love. It's like, all right, at a certain point, you got to expect a backlash.
Yeah, you have to. I mean,
even though I can hear her out, I'm like, you should have just kept that with the group chat, y'all. Some things you got to keep in the group chat and let your group, when you get canceled in the group chat, ooh, that feels so much better.
Yeah, when everybody's saying fuck out of here and it's just 6 niggas, seven of your friends that y'all grew up with, I bet. But I do feel like Ari has always been outspoken. She's somebody that's going to speak out and going to say stuff. She said it before she said what she said about Martin. She was like, I'm somebody that, I'm going to say what I say. But it just went the way it went.
Yeah,
but anyway, it was something.
Did you want to talk about Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle commercial backlash?
I was on the side that didn't think it was the worst thing ever. I was somebody that saw the innuendo for sure. But, bro, I'm so used to that from, like, I could show you 1,000 commercials where they do that, bro. Remember me and my old member? I used to show you different commercials and stuff and be like, bro, do you know what they really meant when they did this? Like, that's why I didn't really pay it as much attention. They doubled down, though. Did you see? They basically was on some fuck y'all, fuck out of here shit.
If you ask me, y'all, I think, a lot of people didn't like the fact that, like, she's like, it's like American Eagles jeans. What did she say?
Something about their jeans.
Something about their jeans. You know what it is? The fact that Sydney Sweeney is this white girl, big titty,
blue eyes, blonde hair.
Blue eyes. It's like American Eagle has great jeans. They try to, like, I think the tagline was jeans instead of jeans. Almost like, yo, we passing down great things.
We're passing down great jeans. And that's where people were like, oh, okay, cool. We can see the obvious double entendre, however you want to, whatever.
Yeah. People thought
like people had a right.
Thing, y'all. People thought that they were showing love to a white beauty standard, right? And I'm going to keep it 100, y'all. I just don't understand what the issue is in that. We can show love and love being black all we want. Hey, this is American Eagle. We don't even wear American Eagle like that. They not saying we love whiteness. They are literally under the radar going, yo, American so-and-so has great jeans. Are we is this? I hope that a certain group of people aren't upset with that, because it says that people thought that it was glorifying a narrow standard. And I guess that just means, but this is my thing.
No, I'm saying it was definitely it was black folks that was, if you're talking about black folks, it was definitely some of us that had an issue.
But these days, Terrell, it ain't only black folks.
No, you're right. But I feel like we lead the charge on speaking up about stuff. Yeah. So
people talk about what
you're saying, because fuck them. If they want to do that, if that's what they decide to do, fuck them. But it is black folks that spend money there. And whenever you do that, bro, that's what you're going to get.
This is the thing too, Terrell. There's a Brooke Shields 1980s Calvin Klein's ads that were a little inappropriate. People felt like this one was a very close replica of that, which was done during a time where it was inappropriate. And some people feel like this was like, kind of done for men. Sydney Sweeney is definitely one that white men, that's day one. That's day number one. If I had to pick somebody, it'd probably be Sydney Sweeney.
So think about that. Think about that. I saw that too. And while I get that Sydney Sweeney is like a sex symbol in a way, she gives me like a white Lori Harvey vibe where if a lot of men find you desirable, the girls are going to kind of like, you know, they'll appreciate certain things you do. They might wear what you wear. Same thing like with Lori, I would imagine. So that's what I imagine the goal is from American Eagle doing this raunchy ass commercial, even though I feel like you're saying, they could have done it maybe a little bit different too.
I think the person that they use is the only reason why this is going the way it's going. I don't think that they were trying to like highlight white beauty. And if they are, fuck it. Who gives a fuck? Like we can highlight black beauty all week long. If they want to do an American Eagle ad where they saying, yo, it's in your jeans. Hey, make sure
I don't like that, Terrance.
Okay, my bad.
I don't like the we black and we love ourselves. Why can't they love themselves thing? I never do. I don't like that because they.
Well, my thing is,
I don't want to make it that. But
what problem can we have with American Eagle saying white people are dope? Okay,
because you're putting that out on TV. Because bro, anytime you send a message like that, like,
but
you're not going to be able to say.
So do we not send those messages all the time? I just love being black. My beauty is black. So and so is black. We have commercials everywhere talking about how much we love being black. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think they not even that boastful with it. Y'all can say I'm cooling if you want. I just kind of feel like Terrell. You know how I feel. Why do we have a problem with this for real? Let me tell you why, Terrell. Because Sydney Sweeney, and this is my whole point. Sydney Sweeney is not the person you should have got for that. Why? What did Sydney Sweeney go viral for in the last couple years? Her whole damn family is MAGA. Her whole damn family is Make America Great Again. So you know what that really looked like? American Eagle has great genes, or America has great genes. Oh, This is going back to
Terrance. Yes, 45. That's why. Now, okay, so see. Now it's not so why do we have an issue with this? Because obviously y'all on some MAGA shit. So people will have an issue. And that's my thing, T. For me, it's not even about
with the MAGA shit.
It ain't about,
I don't have an issue with glorifying this white beauty standard. I don't
get the thing, T. The L is really American Eagles. All y'all had to do is put Sydney Sweeney in the middle of a black woman on this side of her. And maybe a Hispanic or an Asian woman on this side of her, or maybe even it could have been two white girls and something else. I just feel like that would have looked better because it would have meant, okay, the whole in your gene, it's in our genes thing could be for everybody. It was an L just putting Sydney there. And I don't care. Even if you want to come out and say, yo, we didn't mean that. We meant like whatever. It's still an L to have to come out and do that, y'all. Nobody that makes a commercial with the intent for it to cause a Twitter argument like this. They was trying to sell jeans at the end of the day, but you got caught up in some bullshit. So I feel like the pow, it could be like we shouldn't be really tripping about this. Oh, well, guess what? We gonna give you the pow every time. That's just how we are. I think you make a good point though about how we shouldn't care, because if they want to pop their shit that way, us honestly talking about it as much as we are, we giving American Eagle more press probably than they've had as a community in a long time. You ain't heard black folks talking about American Eagle like this.
I don't really feel like it was that big of a deal, y'all. I think we don't like people now for their political takes, and then we turn things into stuff that they're not. When you really look at that American Eagle ad, not liking the Brooke Shields 1980s homages because Brooke Shields, they were saying, I think might have been, sexualized in a way that was inappropriate. I definitely understand that. Going from the bottom of like Sydney Sweeney's jeans and going up, does it scream we are a regular, brand for clothing, or does it scream that we're sexualizing this one star just for these jeans? Because look, do y'all sell sexual jeans and sexual clothes to sexualize your star campaign person? No.
Right.
I think Let's say it was a Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie.
Much better.
Let's say it was her. Does this message of them, promoting this white narrow beauty standard, you're not going to hear people saying that?
Terrance, I think it might
Margot
because
Robbie is not aligned with MAGA like how Sydney Sweeney is. I think it would have flew a little under the radar if you ask me. It could have been the same, but I think
if the woman is
get away with it.
If the woman is still blonde with blue eyes, people are gonna make the
same people. Who?
The same people that have an issue with this one. I'm not gonna put on one group, but the same people that have an issue with this one. I'm only saying it to say I feel like if they take the same script and give it to Margot Robbie, people may have an issue with it. And I'm not saying I agree with the issue. We just talking about the fact that they have it. I don't even want to stay on this that long.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
If you ask me, they put a white woman on the front with blue eyes. Oh, of American Eagle? Yeah. What's your issue? What do you not like about that? Oh, who should it be then?
Terrance, that's not the issue. See, now you're starting to do the thing where you make the real issue something so you can do that. But that's not the real issue people have. People didn't have an issue.
What's the issue with Margot Robbie being on the cover? You said people would still have an issue. What's the issue?
Terrance, I said if they give her the same script, it's what she said.
Same script.
The in your jeans. If you're a woman that's even a brunette with, you look a little bit mixed, or you look a little different.
Can't be
blonde hair, blue eyes woman up there
proud of her jeans.
Terrance, nobody's saying that. You see how you're trying to purposely change it. What I'm saying is
literally what she said.
Terrance, no, what the issue people have is the fact that people have an issue with the in my jeans. It's good. People have an issue with that.
Why?
And I feel like replacing Sydney Sweeney, even though her background is pro MAGA, with another blue eyes, blonde haired woman, bro. A lot of people don't even know that Sydney Sweeney is pro MAGA. A lot of the comments are about her being
come from.
Yeah, true, and I think that's where the backlash kind of it has its origin. But I really do honestly think if you put another blonde hair, blue eyes woman there, people will have the same issue. But I don't want to stay on this. I don't want to stay on it.
I disagree with that because I don't know what the issue is. What's the issue? That the fact that she's saying American Eagle has great jeans, right? But they're talking about jeans. People don't like that she said that because why?
Terrance, that's not all she said, Terrance. What did she say in the damn commercial? She didn't just say American Eagle has great jeans and niggas are tripping. That's what I don't like that you do. You trying to make it seem like niggas are tripping for no reason.
Terrell, if you can explain why niggas are tripping, because I'm really telling you, I'm trying to figure out why. But if you can explain it, you should be able to tell me what she said that people don't like.
It's the eugenics pun. Let me see.
I know what you're talking about.
Often determining traits like hair color, personality.
Yeah, Terrance, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, Terrance. This motherfucker up here talking about genes are passed down and refer to and pass on traits like eye color and hair color.
So that's my thing. What's wrong with that?
So people saying that it seems like they're making a eugenics type pun on like passing genes.
How many times do we do that?
Terrance, I'm not saying that.
Like, is Beyonce literally not doing that with Levi jeans right now? Is Beyonce not being sexualized with Levi?
Terrance, let me make myself clear.
And that's where you get cooked.
I'm not saying you get cooked. Terrance, wait, let me just finish. I'm not saying that this is a gotcha moment. I'm saying acting like, oh, she's just being proud of being white. Like, cool. But like the people that are on the opposite side of that, they're going to have an issue, which is why if you take because Terrance, because that is the country we live in. Proud whiteness has never just been proud whiteness. It normally always comes with anti everybody else. Sorry to have to say that. And I'm sorry, I don't know why this nigga's acting like that isn't what normally happens.
Why do we care about American Eagle?
I'm not saying
we're not even buying American Eagle.
We're not, I'm not changing it. We're saying, you were saying if we put Margot Robbie in, nobody would have an issue. But if you put Margot Robbie there talking about passing traits and good hair color and and hair color and eye color, bro, it's gonna be the same because she's blonde with blue eyes.
But if we do the same thing with Beyonce and Levi's, and Beyonce can talk about, what she got in her jeans, and if Beyonce got up there and said, my culture been right, we wouldn't sit there and do the same thing and act like bigging up black is a bad thing. So that's just my only.
Yeah, I agree with that. We
want to have a problem when they say, "Oh, jeans are about eye color and stuff like that." Yes, y'all, they're not talking about black people. They're talking about them. Why do we have an issue? We don't wear American Eagle. Why do we have an issue? But if we see in the next commercial where somebody's talking about black people and how our culture is all over the place and we always black culture, you gotta realize everything we sell, Terrell, come on. Everything we sell, our culture is all throughout, and we could do that proudly.
Terrance, but no, I hate when people do what you do, what you're doing, which is we can be proud. Like, yo, we have completely different circumstances as a people. Number one, that has forced us to have to talk like that.
Why do we care? I'm not saying.
Yes. This is my thing.
This is us caring about something that we don't even got nothing to do with.
I agree, but I don't like the fact that you're saying, why do we care? Because first of all, when brands start marketing stuff this way, we have to care. We're the opposite.
Because we're not being marketed to?
No, because like I said, the reason people are going to have an issue, and I'm not saying that I agree with the issue. I'm saying because this really was just me spoke Terrance and you're moving the conversation back. We were talking about if Margot Robbie was in this role, because you were trying to make it seem like since Sydney Sweeney was MAGA, that's why everybody had an issue. My point was
the reason
her being blonde with blue eyes is the reason people had the issue. Wasn't even supposed to stay on this too long, but I feel like if you put that same person there with the same genes, you can say people shouldn't care. But the fact that y'all got y'all wealth the way y'all got it, and we've gotten to 2025 the way we got here, unfortunately, there's going to be a group of people, whenever y'all talk about being proud to be white, will have an issue. You know why? Because we didn't even want to be here with y'all ass anywhere. We were brought here. That is not. Oh
my God. Okay.
I'm sorry to take it back there, Terrance, but I'm just letting you know why people will have an issue with eugenics.
So
with
a woman saying, "Oh, I love my blonde hair and blue eyed," makes you as a black woman feel attacked.
Don't put it just on them, because it wasn't just them. It was all of us.
Okay, bet.
But
a woman saying, "I love my white skin and my blue eyes," that makes you feel attacked, right? Are you not Ari Lennox? Are you not finding something wrong with what she said? She didn't say nothing about you, but you're saying that because she loves her white skin and blue eyes, that means she loves everything that comes with white, even the history, even what they've done in the past. And that means she's like, it's like, is that her? Or
yeah, but you just said the girl was MAGA, so don't forget that part. You said
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about
the backlash.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
if we put Margot Robbie there.
No, I'm just saying, why does a white woman saying she loves her white skin and blue eyes, why does that feel like an attack to us? Yet, if we say I love to be black, and somebody says, "What's the big deal?"
Damn,
why does it have to be about? Listen. He ain't gonna listen to it.
My bad. Go ahead. I just feel like you're trying to equate being black and proud to being white and proud, like that's the same.
Nah,
and Terrance, I'm sorry, but like,
no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. And that's
you're doing
that's not what I'm doing.
And proud, but
Terrell, no. My thing is, and I keep pulling this up because of my camera, y'all. I keep thinking that this is my camera. We should not give a fuck. We spend too much energy acting like we're being victimized by some stuff. When this time, y'all, maybe we should just sit out of this and who really gives a fuck? We're not buying American Eagle. Black people do not buy American Eagle. So if a white woman on American Eagle thing says, "I love my white skin," right, and my blue eyes, why do we have a problem with that? If on the Shea Moisture joint, it's gonna be geared towards black men, black women.
Terrance, all right,
and guess what? That's
my issue with your
take. If they say something about that, right? We're not gonna talk about like history. We're just gonna say the same thing I'm saying right now, which is, why do you even care? If a white person says, "Oh, come on, why does the Shea Moisture have to have all black men? I mean, come on, I buy Shea Moisture." You know what y'all gonna say? Why do you care? Why is it a deal for you? You must be feeling attacked. You must be feeling away. And he gonna say, Why does it have to be about race? And they gonna say,
there's a level
because
of
we want to be proud of our race. Until somebody else is proud of their race, then we like to feel attacked. Why
I feel
are
like
we
the
attacked
difference.
somebody being proud of some shit and we ain't even buying that shit? I could see if it was Gatorade. I could see if it was something we all a part of. American Eagle.
I feel like, okay, first of all, yeah, niggas don't buy American Eagle like that no more. But like, still, niggas do shop there sometimes. Your sister still just told me that they got good genes, literally.
Candace been saying it for years.
And Candace is somebody that could potentially be somebody who's a big supporter of American Eagle still, and have an issue with it. All I'm saying is I don't like my issue with your take isn't my issue with your take is this. You're saying, why do we care? But it's not coming from a place of, or it doesn't seem like it's coming from a place of, why do we care? We doing our own thing. Fuck what they doing. It comes from a place of, why do we care when we get to do it? It almost sounds like, since we get to be proud to be black, we shouldn't care that they're doing this ad. But I feel like you can't compare it to. I feel like you can't compare it to the Ari Lennox thing because there is no malice behind Martin saying what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? There is a history of malice behind the European standard of beauty that will always be there. It doesn't matter if you're just making a joke sometimes to people. You will. It's too sore of a subject. That's where the Martin thing. You can't say she's being Ari Lennox and just feeling like this out of nowhere.
Y'all contradict.
But Chance, you know what?
To me, when you try to act like you can't understand why Ari Lennox is upset about Martin, and you can't see why she had an issue. I mean, because they never said anything about her color. Okay, well, guess what? American Eagle isn't saying shit about black people. Then why do black people have an issue? Why do black people have an issue with something we're not even mentioned in? Yet Ari Lennox is saying she didn't like the jokes. And look, now all of a sudden we don't see the point. But now we could dive deep as fuck into an American Eagle ad that has nothing to do with us, and we got a problem with it. Why? Terrell, I'm gonna tell you why. It's because the girl in it was MAGA. If they put Margot Robbie in it, I promise you, we would have said, "Oh wow, Margot."
You might be. You might be right. You might be right, and I will agree with the fact that we should not give certain stuff so much light. Like that was everywhere, including now our podcast. You know,
yeah.
But like, I'm glad
I love
that
Terrell.
I feel like we should not give certain things light. We shouldn't pay attention to certain stuff. I do feel like there's a level of what we were saying about Ari Lennox in that, because it is kind of something that I looked at and was like, okay, so we're so offended by this, but like, why so much? Because I do feel like I'd be on some fuck these motherfuckers type shit if they against us, but I don't know. I don't know.
But like, I'm not gonna act like I don't understand the parts you saying, bro. I get it. My thing is, if we're gonna move past it, it's about like not reacting. Like we can't always get in our feelings when somebody say the fat joke. If we the fat kid, you know, we give them. We make it.
What
so
if somebody
easy
calling you
for us
fat
to
and you not fat? You're not gonna let them call you fat.
This my thing. At a certain point, the fat niggas getting called fat even when he lose weight.
Did you see the video that went viral of Ari Lennox? Not Ari, wow, Ari Lennox. Ari Spears. I forget who was calling you fat motherfucker. You fat motherfucker. And everybody in the comments was like, does Ari Spears think he's small just because? Have you noticed that? You ever watch two fat niggas argue? If one nigga's fatter than the other nigga, he tries to like call him a fat ass just for him to be like, nigga, you are also fat.
Some of the most entertaining sessions ever were roast sessions between two fat niggas. The creativity's off the wall, but then they're even more creative with the fat jokes. But you're right, Brody. Damn, this is funny. I want to ask Terrell this question. This is a question that is going to be, it's probably going to throw him off a little bit because it's a job interview question. But believe it or not, the TO was split a couple weeks ago on this. This tweet actually garnished almost 20 million views. So Jeez. a lot of the response was down the middle. Terrell, he thinks he's Mr. Job Guy. This is the interview question, Terrell. Would you consider leaving if you found a better opportunity elsewhere?
Yes.
And you're in a job interview.
Yeah.
What's your answer and why?
Yes. What I consider leaving if
Would you
I would
consider
say-
leaving if you found a better opportunity elsewhere?
what I would say in that interview is it would be against who I am to tell you no to that. I'm always going to choose the best situation for myself. Always. That doesn't speak to the work that I'm going to do for the company, though. That more so speaks to how the company will treat me. I'm willing to give y'all 100%. I'm coming into this looking for a great experience. I got a clean slate with the company at this point. It would be against who I am to just lie to you and say, dog, if another great opportunity comes, would you leave us? And I feel like, no, I wouldn't. I feel like,
right?
I feel like, yes, Terrance, this is 100% trick question. I'll give you another quick, I'm going to give Terrance a quick trick question after this and see if you get it right. And I would literally should help niggas with this because this is a question where the employer wants to see how honest you will really be. Because what are we looking for in this T? Why is this even a part of the interview question? This is an integrity piece. This will literally be
see what your drive look like. What type of person are you outside of this opportunity in front of you? Because are you going to say anything to get the job, or are you going to stand on your own integrity and say, well, a better opportunity sounds like? Because Terrell,
this question,
go ahead.
This question would have been I used to work at Best Buy. I don't know if this is against whatever. I don't work for you motherfuckers no more anyway. Our interview package would have three questions. I get to choose one of the 3 questions to ask you. This question you just asked me, would you leave us if you found a better opportunity, would be right there where they say, tell us about your strengths and weaknesses. These are all this is the part of the interview where they ask you the question where they want to see if you're going to answer honest. This means, bet if this motherfucker tell me the truth, which is you would leave if there was a better opportunity. I would leave if it was a better opportunity, and I'm doing a motherfucking interview. Of course I want you to tell me you're going to leave. Why? Because I also need you to fuck up and tell me you fucked up. I also need you to, when you late, tell me, damn, I fucked up. I need you to be somebody that can acknowledge when you might be wrong or might be in a situation where I need your full honesty here. And if you lie to me here, or if I feel like you being dishonest, you might tell me that you wouldn't take that opportunity. But honestly, the way you tell me is going to determine if I believe you or not. But I have to believe you in whatever way you answer this question, because that's going to determine way more than just if you will leave. Because guess what? Do we really give a fuck about the answer to this question? No. We give a fuck about what the answer to this question will implicate about your employment with us.
Right.
So, nigga just got me back in my debt bag. I don't know why.
I don't know if y'all saw me thinking. I went left a little bit. But that's a good answer because, and I knew Terrell was gonna get in his bag a little bit with that because it is a trick question. It is a question that you could easily let fall and say, well, nah, I'm gonna just stay right here because. But then also, Terrell, a lot of people were saying that you gotta be careful how you answer this question, because if you're so eager to say, oh yeah, if another opportunity come up, yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave, then that kind of shows that you just a guy for the moment. Right. You're here because maybe this is a good opportunity, but you're not willing to stick around. And people, I think if I were to answer this question, I think a good answer, Terrell, good answer for this question is to tell your employer, the question is, would you consider leaving if you found a better opportunity elsewhere? I think I might say, I think I would answer yes, Terrell. I would answer exactly how Terrell answered. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of a. I would answer exactly how Terrell answered. There's no other way, because I'm thinking maybe I would say something about, it would have to be a more comfortable position than I'm in now. But that doesn't take away, Yeah,
because it's kind of like, damn, I'm not about to just make it seem. And bro, when I've had people do that, bro, I've had people. And the other trick question I was going to ask you was, tell me about something that you would consider is a weakness for yourself. When people don't have a weakness, even if it's a bullshit weakness, I always tell people the most bullshit answer you can give that will keep you out of the darkness of that is to say, my biggest issue is that I sometimes can try too hard, or my biggest issue is sometimes I overdedicate. So my biggest issue is sometimes you have to have a weakness, though. Never, ever, ever in any interview, any level, when they ask you about an opportunity you have or something you need to improve on, something that's a weakness, what's something you felt you could do better, always have something, bro, because they're trying to see. They trying to see if you're even gonna, when they start telling you about your performance in the job you about to get, they want to make sure you're going to be receptive. That's why
I'm about to help y'all out with this. Terrell, what are some examples of good weaknesses you would hear from whatever? What's something that you would hear that was a weakness that wouldn't make you shake? Give them something to say.
It's not, okay, so let me tell you this. It's not the weakness, it's what you're doing about the weakness. Let me give you an example. In an interview, they might say, yo, what's something that you struggle with? What's something that, is something that, you would say is a weakness of yours? I would say I have very bad ADHD, very bad. So with that, it forces me to kind of be a little all over the place about what I'm doing. I will try to do everything at once. Since I know that that's a weakness of mine, what I do now is I'm very, very particular about my schedule. I have a calendar that I live by. I'm a list maker now. So you see how now I'm going into the solve of the weakness?
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. The question, the interviewer is never in control. I'm always in control. Yes, I have this weakness, but let me tell you what I'm doing about it. And why you as the employer don't have to worry about that. It gives you honesty. It gives me drive. It shows that I'm willing to change. Bro, come on.
And then lastly, Terrell, it also shows them that in the face of a weakness within the job, you are willing to create a solve for it yourself. Y'all see what Terrell's doing there. When you have a weakness in the job, they know Terrell already has a idea where he's going to switch it up, where he says, okay, his calendar. And then I'll think about if I'm his coach. I could tell Terrell, remember you told me about, Terrell was this type of manager too. Remember you told me about your ADHD and how you use your calendar? They might use those methods that they know you already using to help you with a weakness that they might spot in your job. That's why it's like it was a good question. I knew Terrell was gonna give y'all good answers, but I knew that was gonna be the most solid part. I'm so glad Terrell did that, because some of y'all, a lot of y'all, hey, we still got opportunities out there that we try and get.
That first question you just asked me is also something you got to think about. This: would you leave us for a better opportunity? Y'all had to fill out y'all resume before you submitted the application. They already know if you're going to leave for a better opportunity. They done seen you work at Wendy's for a year, and then you went and worked at the Foot Action, and then you got this job here. They're going to see that you haven't stayed already. So you're going to shoot yourself in the foot if you say, if you honestly, I love this company, I think I'm going to just, try to stick it out here.
All right. I'll spend the rest of my life working for this company. Not to be ridiculous.
Because guess what, y'all? The other answers to your question is going to trip you up. Because you know what else they're going to ask you before they get there? They're going to say, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you love? What are you passionate about? Right. I'm in school for IT right now. I'm in school for this. I'm in school for that. I love this.
I got my bachelor's degree here. I'm still in school for this. And then by the time I get finished this, I'll have enough to... Oh, but you want to work at this Walgreens for 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. Feed the street. I got to feed the streets. My pistol going to lead the streets. Ski mask.
Oh God, he couldn't put the OVO mask away.
Yeah, he couldn't put it. Did you see that? Hey, speaking of that, and we about to get out of here. Don't want to hold you up too long, but I'll just say this: you've been seeing a lot of people come out in support of Drizzy, Project Pat. What's bruh name? Other three. What's the other 3-6 Mafia? My guy, DJ Paul.
Oh, DJ
Paul came out. You saw the Boz Dreamville joint. I think there's a conversation right now about hip hop being in a place where, like, we talked about the Jack Boys album and how it seemed like
a lot of people didn't like it.
And I'll just say it. It feels like certain people couldn't enjoy the Clips album, and the fact that Push said you cried in front of me. You died. Oh shit, he came at Travi. Y'all got married to Push in that moment. And it's like you couldn't even allow yourself to enjoy Jack Boy. Some people, I'm like, did you even try to enjoy this project? As two niggas that enjoy and to this day enjoy both projects. What do you think about this conversation about hip hop being back? Or I just can't help but feel, and I'm gonna just say this, and y'all can say I got a Drizzy Kate. Most of these niggas, and it's the reason why you're starting to see Dreamville niggas come out. It's the reason why you're starting to see certain niggas start just saying Drake is actually kind of cool, is because a lot of like some of these hardcore hip hop takes be made by niggas that we know have an issue with Drake. So it doesn't come across authentic sometimes because we know that this is kind of rooted in some Drake hate. Like,
Yeah.
And that to me takes away from the conversation. I feel like now we get to the point where, damn, now we gonna act like hip hop is in a place where, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, niggas been rapping for years, pushing malice. Have probably, like we said, one of the dopest moments, but I don't think we're in a situation where hip hop is getting back to this. I feel like a lot of them takes to me are just like, okay, y'all thought Drake was going to be gone, and now that he's not, now we got to pivot to, oh, well, let's just focus on real hip hop because this nigga's not going to go away like we thought.
Damn. You see, this is my idea of it too. We can't say that because the Clips dropped an album, their first album in however many years, that now real hip hop is back, because I feel like that's something you say when the new artists are coming with, you know, we were saying real hip hop is back when Kendrick and them were young and getting started.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a real hip hop coming back thing now. And I was telling Terrell, I remember people saying Tyler the Creator and Clips are saving hip hop. I'll never forget that tweet where they were like, they're watching the party die. Tyler the Creator's album was fun for a lot of folks, but that was right where I said, okay, I'm not going to fall for the trick of this hip hop is back thing, because I just did. I tapped into Tyler's album after hearing him go, I need God to play the lead in my biopic.
Went crazy.
That crazy verse on that Clips record. I said, and he about to drop, they are saving hip hop. But then here he come with Sugar on My Tongue.
And he's twerking and he's it's like now though.
So he doing all of that. Why do we value? Like, that's not hip hop. That's fun. And you got people telling me, oh, come on, bro. You taking this shit too serious. Just have fun. So do y'all want to just have fun? Because that was what we said Drake was doing, and that was what was killing hip hop, and that's what we needed to let die. Or do y'all want us to just have fun, listening with other people?
When it's somebody that we fuck with.
When it's Tyler, it's
that's
just
the
have
thing.
fun.
I watch niggas say, this joint is trash. Oh, Drake he ain't saying shit. He's talking about the same shit. Tyler didn't say much of nothing on that project. He had a good time. And some of the same niggas that shit on Nokia are saying, oh, this one right here for this setting. It's like, we can see some of the bias from you niggas. And that's why conversations about hip hop now, depending on who you get it from, like, nigga could never say shit about me and you, Terrance, despite how we may feel about certain shit that went down over the past year or whatever. Everybody know if Kendrick dropped, we there with an open ear. If Drizzy dropped, we there with an open ear. Some of these niggas that have platforms need to cope with this fact. Niggas said Drake was the next Ja Rule, y'all. Y'all said Drizzy was the next Ja Rule. He's done. I watched how niggas was tweeting, even Elliot and them. It was like, why are these niggas acting like when this shit blow over, this nigga don't still have the biggest fan base? Like, it's going to get back to a point where bruh is back on the charts. Niggas said that, right? You niggas wrote him off. We didn't. Nigga Terrance always fighting some shit. Y'all wrote him off. We didn't. It seemed like we went from a Drake is dead, nobody cares thing to now he's back getting top 10 records. He's back outside, obviously gearing up for an album, still killing shit when it comes to the streaming shit. He's still number one. Now the conversation has become, you see, we got to focus on. I just feel like the Ebro conversation that pissed Boz off, or had Boz even feel compelled to say that, is because it's like, yo, we're not about to let niggas just rewrite history, because now you're on. Now, like, the agendas are very, very clear. And it's always been clear, but now it's like, all right, y'all, let's just chill. Like, the niggas not going nowhere like you thought.
And for me, let's also just chill on the real hip hop coming back thing, and let's kind of let it happen, because I don't think that Kendrick Lamar's wave and what he did with the beef with Drake was enough to bring real hip hop back. In fact,
I don't think that was ever
like
real
it
goal.
Shed light on the fact that Kendrick is so skilled. And that's one thing I wanted to say. Kendrick's so damn skilled that I feel like he kind of showed how much of a different level he's on. We think we all are in that hip hop head mode, but I think some of us did get a little clouded by the fact that the clips come from hip hop. They not new artists. We not getting the Clips album next year, probably. Maybe. I mean, they might bad boys to it because this one went so crazy.
But look, they've been working on this project for so long, and you can feel that. That's not something that's going to come every year, and I feel like it shouldn't be an indictment on other forms of hip-hop. We haven't gotten to listen to this Metro project, but apparently it's very Terrance 2005 to 2010. A nigga just mentioned me and said, bruh, if y'all didn't, I'm about to read what he said. He said, shout out to Big Fave. He said, if you ain't never go Polo, American Eagle, H&M on them, and have your homeboys hold you up while you was getting twerked on in the middle of the dance floor, this ain't for you. Nigga.
That was Metro that tweeted that, right?
No. This brother just tweeted me this. That is our childhood, bro.
A bunch of shit like that. Do you ain't see all the tweets that Metro was tweeting, Terrell?
I did.
If you ain't rock the polos with Sperry's, because I was telling niggas that we gotta wear big white tees, and they was like, nah, bro, nah, Unc, that's not that era. It's an era after that. It ain't big white tees.
Past it. It's just past it. But Brody, I feel like we're gonna enjoy this album. And honestly, just wanted to say that to say, I feel like hip hop is in a pretty good space. We got JID rapping. Like, we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like hip hop is in this place where it's dying. I feel like hip hop is in a good place. Now, the one thing people will say is that we don't have many top hits right now. Like, country has taken back over the charts, believe it or not.
I don't think you can say hip hop is in a good place, Terrell.
I don't think hip hop is in a great place. I think it's think about what we got to come. We got so much that we're looking forward to, even in just this week. I don't see how you can say hip hop is in a bad place. Freddie just dropped fire. Clips got the rap album of the year that has the moment of the year.
Like, bro, you know, when I say hip hop is in a bad place, I don't talk about volume. I really when you listen to what Kendrick was saying last year and what everybody was saying last year, it's like we kind of are at a point where it's like and I think that's why you see split down the middle. People don't like Jack Boys, but they like the Clips album. But hold on, wait, why? I think it's because a lot of people don't know how to feel after Kendrick Lamar last year, because Kendrick Lamar, I don't care what y'all say, bro came out the gate as if he was about to champion real rap. You know what I mean? Like, that shit Drake doing dead. We never liked that shit. I mean, I like Drake with the melodies, maybe, but he kind of made it seem like, nigga, you a culture vulture. Real hip hop is backing away.
Yeah, all the antics, you not taking care of your kids, you not doing this, we getting you niggas out of here.
Yeah, and then I felt like with Watch the Party Die, I kind of felt like, you know what, maybe it's time for us to get away from the Tootsie Slide shit that we boast up, and we make these records number one, and we love these records that do kind of not necessarily have meaning like they used to. But then if you ask me, this is just my opinion, y'all, you go hop on Playboi Carti's album. This is the literal. There is no way you can have an issue with Drake
just
music.
Seen that nigga live.
There's no way you can have an issue with Drake's music and his antics and who he is as a father, man, all of that shit, who he dates. There is no way, if you ask me, that you can have an issue with this man, but then you go jump on Playboi Carti album 3 times and you on that joint. You doing ad libs for Playboi, but you gonna let a party die? And niggas gonna say, oh, you missed it. What did I miss, my nigga? Somebody explain it to me now, because it just looks like Kendrick really took advantage as fuck out of that moment. This is not me getting up on Kendrick. I just think Kendrick's moment was so big, but it was just for him, y'all. The game is the same. The music we was enjoying before Kendrick and Drake beefed, that unfortunately is the music. Clips and this real hip hop that they put out, that's not going to be what we're going to get. And even Kendrick Lamar is staying relevant on the other shit.
And Terrance has Rifle Smoke for Kendrick, as many people did when he hopped on them records, because then it was like apparent that it was never about hip hop dying. Because if it was, we don't get those. Yeah. We don't get those features from you on that project. You always been there, even like in 95, where he says take off the designer, take off everything. Who are you under whoever you are as an artist underneath all of this shit? Who are you really? That's the person that, ew, you ugly as fuck. I never thought that person would go get on Carti record because as much as I fuck with Carti, I understand the type of human that he kind of is and represent.
Especially after saying you hate the type of women that Drake fuck and you don't like Drake and just to be honest, I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. Do you like the way Playboi Carti switches verse 8 times on a song? Do you like the way that Playboi Carti wear his pants down to his thighs? Do you like?
Yeah, he was ass out at the
which is Iggy Azalea. Maybe you do, Kendrick. But we're gonna take it there, Kendrick. Niggas, I'm one of y'all. I'm one of y'all. But guess what? Now we looking at Kendrick eating good, but we have to deal with the rest of the world, and like
we got to deal with hip hop media now. The aftermath for the shit. And guess what?
I'm telling you, Kendrick is Omni-Man, y'all. Omni-Man wrecked through that whole town and left. We got to deal with what's left. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You and Drake had y'all fight all through hip hop, and now hip hop look like after Invincible and Omni-Man. Now we got to repair. Now these buildings y'all knocked down, they don't just go back up.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Figure it out.
That's right.
And you have to, both Kendrick, Drake, everybody involved has to take a little piece of accountability as to the flip-flop, you know?
Yeah.
As to the okay, we can see this was a moment and you was feeling that. But come on.
I agree. 100%.
Like, we can't get mad at Deion Sanders for saying he wanted to come and help black colleges. He did it for a year. He did it. Did we want him to do it for?
You know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that. The pod is over, y'all. Big shout out to this man for getting this done for y'all. We were supposed to take this week off. Did it virtual. It's one of the biggest weeks of this man's life. Y'all got me to cry this week, and you get a 2-hour pod, even though it's virtual.
Love y'all. And what Terrell said about how y'all mean the most to me, y'all have no idea, man. I had some people that I met in the gym out here. I got a couple more days, but everybody that I meet in the gym, I'm like, yo, y'all mean a lot. And everybody's like, yo, I know why you out here. People been meeting me and they're like, I know why you out here. Cause your girl live out here. But I had dudes who was hitting me like, yo, bro, this feel like watching my bro go through something, or this feels like watching my brother get married. Man, I'm telling you, for the ones that look at me like a bro, I appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. It's not a million of y'all. Me and Terrell do not have just millions on top of millions of people. So I'm telling you, the love that y'all show, we truly appreciate it. And I've been telling everybody, Terrell, I was like, it's me and bro. It's me and bro. You ain't gonna see me and Real with a huge team. Bunch of we ain't got an entourage. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the fam, and we got homies. But when it comes to this shit, man, it's me and Terrell, and we definitely put everything that we have. Sometimes y'all feel like it ain't enough, but we put everything we have into this shit here. Terrell said, well, so we gonna skip next week? I said, no. I'm gonna have all of my shit with me.
Nigga packed heavy.
Y'all see that? Y'all see the mic in 206? Come on.
Bro, it was the Eagles flying behind you, and I think that's dope. Some of your shots you probably won't even realize until you watch the pod. You'll see like certain Eagles flying by you, and I think it's dope that people are picking up the "I'm an Eagle, I can't see you niggas" thing and putting it in your comments. I think that's dope.
Man, that's it, man. But like I said, the girl said, "How he get her? How he get her?" That's because when she looked right down here, she ain't see me. She had to look up there to see me.
Had to look up there, yes sir.
Come on. She didn't see me when she looked down there with them other sevens. How he get up there is what you should be asking.
I'm Taruk Makto up this motherfucker. Y'all couldn't get this jump.
Couldn't get me. Any nigga that want to count me in Terrell pockets, any nigga want to count my pockets, you want to know what I spend my money on? Go look at A-Train Finger. I will proudly tell you I put my money right there. I don't have no problem telling you that, yes, I did spend for that.
Yes, he did.
Not breaking the bank, but I mean, niggas want to count my pockets. Count that one, my nigga. Don't look at other bullshit. Don't say, oh, because the nigga got a nice watch. Y'all niggas don't know where I got this watch. You have no idea. I'll tell you where I got the ring from. Because I see it every week. That's what my caption on IG, Terrell. If I'm a talk a big game, that ring not just gonna be pretty, it's proof. That ring not just pretty, it's proof.
It's proof. Man, and with that, that's going to be episode 263. Big shout out to all of the Zimbabweans. And anybody that's listening from Zimbabwe, we love y'all. Realeest 9, Terrance. I'll see you when you get back. Everybody else, be careful. Take your vitamin C.
This man Terrell cried on the podcast. Love you, bro.
Love you too, Brody. And I'll never cry on this pod again. This time.